Hello, and welcome. As always, we're playing Axis and Allies, or not quite Axis and Allies, but something similar. That's free, open source game that you could just play if you wanted as well. And here's the big question: is it worth? And by the way, they didn't really go into Western Europe like I feared that they might, so that's good for us. Is it worth going all in on Russia? Because we could be there with 10 planes. Like, I can't imagine this not being the right call. First, we need to repair our poor factory. Then I need to buy just tons of dudes and 2 tanks. Well, I'm going to be losing planes, but that's fine. We're going to take our chances. And yeah, I think I'm going to go all in on it. Attack. 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 I'll send this tank to Archangel. And I'll send forward these stacks of infantry. I've considered sending forward the tanks because now there's nothing to really threaten our position. I want to build up, like, I want to take Anglo-Egypt, but they have this huge stack of Americans now, so I think it's best to just keep protecting Transjordan and building up a small force that we can strike from next turn when we have the Air Force, or whatever's left of it. And it's very important that we continue moving stacks of infantry eastward. But not that much, because we do need to take back our home. I really don't want to not take it back, so I'm going to overcommit to doing it. I could use tanks, but I don't like using tanks. Don't like risking them. But if we crush Russia, then it's just a matter of time. Okay. So we'll start with the small battles. Archangel. We missed, they missed. We got them. Then Western Europe. We got them, they got us. And now the big one. Battle for Russia. The first roll is the big one. You're going to see like 10 dice rolled. Any ones rolled, shoot down planes. They got 2 of our planes. And then we killed 9. They killed 9. We killed... Oh my god. Germans lose 6. We lost 6. Look at this roll. Oh my god. We survived with a single tank. Our whole army. So what that means for us is that Germans now have the $14 that the Russians were sitting on. So we stole all of the cash monies that they even had. We're going to put our stuff in the Ukraine because that's 1, 2, 3. So they can hit Anglo-Egypt if required. And these planes will also go to the Ukraine. So that's huge. That is absolutely massive. And now, what are the Russians going to do? They have like 2 infantry on the board and a sub that hasn't done anything all game. Crazy. And here I was worried. I like putting units here. I like putting... I'm going to put all of this infantry here. But I'm actually going to put the German tanks here, because the German tanks can blitz through Persia into Transjordan. And this way, Germany itself is very powerful. $55 on top of the... We have $70 in the bank. They're attacking with... This sucks for us. The sub doesn't do anything. It can't get hit. Oh my god! The British attacked us with 3 bombers. Earlier in this game, they attacked with 2 bombers, and we very luckily killed one, and it didn't matter. This time, they attacked with 3 bombers, all 3 of them hit, and the battleship only has 2 hit points. So it got completely killed and it sank our transport. So we now have no more fleet, and they got away unscathed. Great play by the British. It's a little bit too late when Russia's been conquered, but, you know, whatever, I guess. Yeah, wow. So, I don't know how or if we'll build another fleet. Germany has enough money that we could build a bunch of battleships, but it's not really... I mean, we could land a bunch of aircraft on aircraft carriers, put the subs on it, and make it really nasty. It doesn't seem right. Meanwhile, the Japanese... I don't know what they need to do. I think they just need more tanks and men. Maybe, honestly, a little bit less on the old tank side for another transport, I think would go a long way. Yeah. I'm not sure if we're going to take the war to the United States at home, but we could attack Alaska, technically. What could we attack Alaska with? We could attack Alaska with... Actually, wait, where did that tank come from? Buryatia? Okay, so all of this, minus the tank and 2 of the planes, can go to Yakut. Then you take the tank, the fleet, you go to Alaska, and you send the 2 planes, the man and the tank. And the planes are defending on 4s. We're attacking with 3s. They have a man. We have a man. What could possibly go wrong? We have a bombard from our battleship, and we can land on the carrier. And then we'll be a headache for them if we're there. Meanwhile, I think it's worth dropping some Japanese infantry in Anglo-Egypt, because that allows us to attack with a whole bunch of planes and just absolutely destroy that. Meanwhile, these Japanese can attack with a bomber, and that'll wipe out the remaining Russians. You guys go to Persia, you guys go to Transjordan, you guys are blitzing across. And that was all marching north, but now it's all marching south. Wow. This is once you see Russia implode, it really just claps down, and that's it. Like that's just monstrous. Even if they had survived the fight and I only had planes left or something, which, you know, we could have lost planes instead of our last ground unit and won it. But they would have had $14, right? They could have bought 4 infantry, 3 infantry and a tank or something. Like, it's just garbage. They would have been screwed. So I'm pretty happy with this Japanese move. We're doing a battle in Novosibirsk. We got them, ladies and gentlemen. And then Yakut. We look at all these misses. There we go. And then battle in Alaska. Japanese lost 2 things. I could lose a plane here to have ground presence in Alaska, but I don't think it's worth it for this particular turn. And then the last one, Anglo-Egypt. We got them and they got us. So we can land 2 of these planes here and 2 of them in Transjordan. And these planes can land on this aircraft carrier. Nice. Oh, and this bomber needs a home. It can go down to Transjordan as well. And nothing can threaten this C-Zone 60 because they don't have any bombers or fighters or anything. So this transport can go here with 2 of the tanks. I guess there only needs to be 1 because the other transport ship can't get there in time. And then, yeah, let's just put more... I don't know if it matters where things go, but let's do 2 tanks and a man here. A tank and 2 men here. And a bunch of dudes over here in Manchuria. Why Manchuria, though? I guess they can walk to Soviet Far East, and then you can land bridge things a little bit faster. Germany's making more money than Russia, though. Oh, my God. Or, sorry, than... of course, than Russia. But more money than Japan. And look at all these frickin' Americans coming in. Oh my god. I mean, it's not enough. They've lost their Russian ally. The resource disparity is massive. It says 24 to 118, but it's not that. It's because the Americans haven't collected income yet. There you go. Axis achieved victory through 9 victory cities. Wow. And there you go. I didn't know that we were about to win. Are there no victory cities? I thought Cairo would be a victory city, or like in Africa, but no. Brazil isn't even one. 9 cities. Because where else would we need to go to get a star? Like Western United States? Like, that's the closest victory star left that I can see. I guess they are more sparse than I imagined. I'm so used to being in Germany where you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas Russia has 1, 1, 2, or double counting Karelia. And then Japan has, a whole bunch down here in the fact that Manila's 1, Japan itself, Kawatang, Calcutta. But yeah. So 9 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these 5 here. Meanwhile, the Allies are down to 1, 2, 3. And that's it? Australian stuff isn't even considered 1. So for the Allies to get 9, they need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. You basically need to get the Axis down to just 3 stars, right? So Manila, Kawatang, and Tokyo is likely the hardest place to get the Axis to. Or you could box them into Western Europe, Southern Europe, and Berlin and take out Tokyo completely. But, maybe that's what we'll do with the next run, is we'll play the Allies again, and we'll play a self-imposed rule that we need to play in the Pacific. Or, because this was only 6 rounds, think about that. Or we can play as the Axis and say that we're not allowed to attack Russia with the Japanese going too far. We're not allowed to build factories in Asia, or on the mainland. We can only build them on different islands and stuff, and then we have to ferry them in and some self-imposed rules. Maybe we go straight out of America. We try and get a Japanese factory in Alaska. Not a great idea. I promise you that's a bad idea. But it would be neat to see, conquering all these islands. They still had American planes in Australia, for frig's sakes. Just flying around the world. All these boats. America just never did anything of real value other than beating us out of Africa. And even now, because the whole world's been conquered, we'd be able to counterattack them very heavily in places like Anglo-Egypt. Even if we had to give up 1 turn to build up in Persia, we have the mobility of the fleet on this side of Africa, whereas they can only funnel dudes in to walk. Wow, lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed. I sure did. And, please feel free to comment and let me know what kind of fun you'd like to have in the future. Anyways, cheers.